Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for having a rerun in today's live summit event in the Crew 2, Flying Germans. This event was part of the first season ever since as the original from June 26 through July 3rd, 2019 before the first rerun is follow up to be on the schedule in November 6th through the 13th ever since to have all kinds of different events and reruns to be part of it for every part of the season. So right now, this is going to be the second rerun in Flying Germans on February 8th to 15 in 2022, which is going to be succeeded from the Winter Runner as part of the second Winter Themed Summon. Will be followed up by Under the Radar, will be coming up by next week. So here we have all kinds of very good, excellent, usual to be on the 6th event, and 3 skills are about to be set to be on escape. Faster times and go for every flying moments to see how all kinds of German vehicles will be part to have all kinds of 5 German manufacturer brands. Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, and Volkswagen are now being used to be labeled to be on the original and the first rerun until the second rerun is about to putting up with some changes to have 3 vehicles including the Porsche Cayman GT4 Wasp edition is now set to be temporarily on loan for the first time ever once again. So I hope other kinds of 3 events are about to be set on no restriction except one event to be on the powerboat on Lake Mean. But not to mention because we already got the Wasp edition of the Porsche Cayman GT4 ever since we've been already acquired from Peak Dance. So we're all set and good to go. This is going to get much more proud German racing moment as we're about to be ready to go, and we might need to have one hypercar and a touring car will be related to have German vehicles as we're about to go on the way. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, go click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go for today's live summit event. Let's begin. So word on the street about the BMW M8 Coupe competition Bolt Interception Unit Edition is being returned to be available by using currency bucks or crew credits is now being featured for this week. After all, we have 2 German vehicles are now being listed as a bundle event will go recommend in 20% discount in 1.1 million bucks. So here we have a 2015 Porsche 918 Spider in the hypercar discipline. 887 horsepower in the top speed, 214 miles per hour because this mid-engine hypercar is an all-wheel drive that has a 4.6 LB8 engine. Just like the 2013 version from Gran Turismo 7 because that might have a very good excellent engine to be labeled to have a very excellent spec. Displacement is 4,593 cc and it's going to be the hybrid vehicle. But this one is an updated version to the 918 Spider that has all kinds of different features and custom parts and even to have an active wing spoiler when driving in the open road. So here is the 2015 Mercedes-Benz Mercedes AMG GT3 is now ready to go to have a very good time to be on the touring car discipline. But this one is a launch edition that has 480 horsepower in the top speed, 186 miles per hour will be on the track. Just like the 2016 version from GT Sport and GT7, but especially to have other racing games like Asphalt 8 Airborne. But now, in the Crew 2, ever since from the first installment is now being listed as a circuit spec vehicle. But anyway, because that should be quite very good to go, adding up with some parts, and I should probably have to get set and get ready to have a very good excellent German vehicle will take the pride and participate for this week's event. Well, the second part for having a winter themed summon from Winter Runner did it absolutely going for the cold chill. And especially to have the perfect moment to get a sled rooftop to be on the Epic Vanity, and we already got the Evolution 2 Rally Raid Edition in the Ford F-150 Raptor as a 2016 model. But clearly 4,160 plays is going to be 4,160 place is perfectly to be stand on to the platinum ring category to get all 4 rewards all at once. So now going enter to have 4 parts to be on week number 4 in the challenge to get some more motor stars to be multiplied times 20. So now we got everything to be prepared to get the Wasp edition, and the Porsche Cayman GT4 is now being listed as a platinum for all new players who have actually don't own it. But after all, we've been doing this for taking a whole lot of progress because the yellow tire is going to get much more silver to be listed as a common vanity. So here we got some very good new events will be coming up soon before at the end of February, folks. Beyond Space and Blizzard Rush Best Of is about to get much more excited to have 5 hypercars, just like having 5 street race event from Into the Storm. So here we go, we got some 3 skills are about to go for the escape. Gonna have to be sure to choose which kinds of event whenever you like to pick with, because determination is gonna get much more slightly risk by going faster and much more acceleration to be on a 2 land-based and water-based vehicle. First up, Lake Mean, located in Nevada, outskirts of Las Vegas, Nevada. Gonna have to be ready, enter the gate, drive away.
Waiting for you to give it some kind of attention. I mean, why should you try?
Alright, just gonna have to keep going forward. Is not yet to be entered. But we already been this once, so we just already got everything to be checked up and get noted. Gonna have to do the same thing and enter to cross through the jump. Going entered. Same as usual. Going exactly to be doing much more piece of cake to be driving on water, because the obstacles to be avoided by the Rockies gets much more fun to be well amazed to take the daring risk. Coming in, pull the rudder, pull the acceleration to get things through. 5,078 yards. 1 escape skill check, 2 to go. Let's have a good check to be on the main results. Not close enough. Just gonna have to go for attempt number 2 because there might be some expected part for the interruption for only 2 or 3 seconds. Hang on 1 second. I just barely went through. There we go. Gonna have to go and try this again. Gonna have to do the same thing like last time after we've been come this through. Just gonna have to go and increase the peak of acceleration, driving the Frauscher 1414 Demon that is not a German powerboat vehicle. But by the way, folks, because there might be some other kinds of new kinds of different boats that might be quite very good to be well used. But no sign of German power, only have 1 Austrian boat, several American, and several British boats is now being used in the game. Gonna have to kick up and go faster to use the nitro. Gonna have to do this right because we're all experts. There we go, 5360 yards. Record time to go updated, and that's how. Just gonna have to be much more careful to avoid any kinds of obstacles to get hit by the rocks. New record cleared, 100,000 points to be added with 10,909 points. Okay, so gonna have to choose Storm Drain or High Sierra for escape number 2. Gonna have to choose by pick because determination is gonna have to be setting well temporarily to be driving besides German vehicles to be using on land-based vehicle. But by the way, maybe I should probably have to go for the Porsche 959 Rally Raid car. Should be quite very good to be excellent for this part of the challenge. Maybe I might gonna have to give it a go and do the main opposite to be on the direction. So let's go Discipline, Rally Raid, 959 Raid to have a German style variation, and a vanity is going to be quite very good to be fully equipped and good to go. Alright, here I go. Gonna have to be ready, and this time it'll have to go for this part of the approach. Watch yourself because it's about to get much more daring down the hill. Kick up the nitro and go airborne to be extreme. Okay, very good dodge. Coming in. Pull through by breaking the fence. Oh man, this is gonna be more crazier than I thought it would be. Ouch. So that's how this part of the approach is going to get much more daring extreme to go flying in the German rally raid car. But that is crazy, by the way. Very crazy, and having some hard times by hitting the tree. But I really did that good appreciation for every player that actually come up with a perfect idea. But after doing some hard work attempt to be on the reverse direction. But this one might be quite very come in handy to see how this part of the main direction comes in safely to have a main record to be marked as updated. Well, now it's 7 yards. So it's going to go up 111,148 points. Wow. Talk about having a faster times to go downhill in the off-road category might be barely hit up the book. So here comes Storm Drain on skill number 3 for the escape. Better make sure to choose any kinds of land-based car by the tarmac. We'll have to go faster to be on the hypercar, drag race, or any kinds of Alpha Grand Prix vehicle will be added. Gonna have to stop at the moment and go for some options to choose any kinds of Alpha Grand Prix vehicle. Alright, go for Alpha Grand Prix. Grab the KTM Expo R like last time. Okay, so let's go and do the same tactics all over again. Looks like Alpha Grand Prix will have to step in for having a new challenge. Smash any objects and aim towards the highway, so better be sure to go at it. Good call by having a solid landing. Increase the acceleration to have the same route. Follow the line and go faster to take that good limit. Well, I know this is going to get much more rough around for doing 3 parts of the escape, you guys. It takes hard work and doing some hard efforts to see how the strategy might be quite come in handy to have a new record to be well currently to be on the main update. But we just finished Lake Mean onto the first part to be on the water base, then High Sierra for escape number 2. And now we go again to have Storm Drain for escape number 3 is going to have to take the same pattern all over again. But after all, because the Alpha Grand Prix discipline might be quite very good to have a one-way ticket to go faster and much more quicker than compared to the Hypercar discipline. But there's no need to have drag race vehicle because just gonna have to go straight and go at it to see. We'll have to be much more careful to see how the main obstacles by the elevation and the cleared road to be well tarmac to see how it goes. Okay, looks like gonna have to get okay, it's doing well. Gonna have to go higher, faster to be at 12,000 yards to be currently in the progress. I know this is gonna get much more achievable for taking this part of the challenge on escape number 3. Here comes the red zone. Now for the nitro. Come on. Gonna have to go higher and stop at 2,000 yards. But it's already been... Okay, looks like the red zone is about to get closer, so it'll have to stop at the time. 17,163 yards. Wow, incredible. No matter how one Alpha Grand Prix discipline just barely passed the test. But good news to have 157,586 points to get one legendary part to be well earned to see it. So good job for having 3 skills in the series of escape by having 1 water base, 2 land base all together to have the elements of every part of the surface. So now 6 events is about to be ready to go by having a green light to see how different challenges will be well made to be as usual. Starting out to have Harlem East for the Wasp edition in the Porsche Cayman GT4 will be set to be on loan. So it's all set and good to go. Fully maximum to be using with the Nitro Chemist is going double check and loan vehicle selected to see how one Porsche Cayman is going to get much more class as a GT4 rail car to have a different unique modification is going to get much more fine rare vehicle after we've been collecting this part of the vehicle from Peak Dance from the USB Tour update. Reminder checker guys, I know this is going to have to be at the per level by default in 164 by using the Wasp edition in the Porsche Cayman GT4 2016. Standard performance to be at 505 horsepower and the top speed 197 miles per hour will go by having a normal perspective. So I had to give it a go, but so much for having a fully upgraded parts and vanities since we already got the Wasp edition is now added to our collection. So here we go, gonna have to be ready, and this time German vehicles will go for a street racing action. Let's do this.
Go, go, go!
Alright, looks like the Type 991 911 GT3 is in the lead, so let's go at it to be in the lead. So I know how this is gonna get much more putting up to have a new normal between having some different changes ever since the live summon, gonna have to putting up with some new opportunities. But it's alright because just gonna have to drive normal without having a own vehicle should do much more perfectly by the perfect chance. Gonna have to be ready, go straight towards the rail, hop on in, ride by the station, and gonna have to see how the turnables will be more speed up to be on the main pace. Good call. Here comes the next turn by the checkpoint. Gonna have to stick it to the game plan. This Wasp edition will put up a new challenge to have this most fine, unique modification just like the carbon version to the same edition. But by the way, because differences between the Porsche Cayman GT4 that have the standard, Wasp, and Carbon edition is so much more exactly to have a triple times a collection in the Crew 2. But only in Gran Turismo 7 since we've been participate at the Nürburgring lap time challenge to have the same car to have all kinds of different customization and livery as well. But not to mention because the Wasp edition is going to be served as a variation when you're playing in Gran Turismo 7. But this one might be quite very good to see how the similarities will go comparison between the Crew 2 and Gran Turismo 7 to be featured to have the Cayman GT4 to have a different title to be labeled as a road car category. But the Club Sport version is actually to be referred as a Group 4 category since Gran Turismo Sport, but it still remains to becoming a competitive popular ever since to be drive on motorsports event. Gonna have to take that much more second time to be on the elevation rail. Going faster, do the drill. Stay careful because this condition is about to get fly up and have a good solid ground to be touched in to have a wet surface to be well drive. Gonna have to kick it to the overdrive, drive on in, proceed on to the checkpoint to be on the left turn at the next street in New York City by Harlem. But take a good look inside of this interior view for the Wasp edition of the Porsche Cayman GT4 to have the similarities compared to the road car version. But this one might be quite very exactly just like the same interior view from GT7. But very good to see how the street race vehicle turns out to becoming much more challenging and go faster to have German vehicles as part of the Flying Germans in the live summit event to be labeled and listed as a prize reward. So here's my records. First place is now going clear in about 3 minutes, 5.484 seconds. But this one should be quite putting up to have a follow-up catch-up after participating in the first event. 5 more to go, so more discipline to be cleared after having one street race discipline. Next up, Hypercar discipline for the 918 Spider in part 2 of Latrell's car. Time to go again for having a one-on-one showdown to have new Hypercar to see how the Koenigsegg Regera driven by Latrell will be put up to get back in the track of the street itself. Proven up to see how an electric hybrid vehicle is going to get much more brilliant to see how the Koenigsegg Regera or the Porsche 918 Spider will compare the differences to see how the transmission gear versus the drive mode will be going much more exactly by the difference. Alright folks, I just went down to do a test drive for the 918 Spider as a 2015 model that has an active wing spoiler to be pop up when driving in to be on the open road, just like having a fixed wing version as a 2013 model from Gran Turismo 7. But anyway, because the per level is now being set and updated to be around in 320 in 1205 horsepower in the top speed 280 miles per hour. So let's give it a go, and this time Hypercars will go for having a one-on-one showdown between the Regera and the 918 Spider to see how it goes. Gear transmission versus drive mode to see how it feels. So let's do this and get ready to go hybrid Hypercar. First place, here I come, and here comes the active wing spoiler is about to be popped up when dropping in. Now all I have to do is going to have to be much more focusing to be in the first position to have a very good all-wheel drive to stay in good motion. But it won't be long because it will have to take much more airborne jump, just like driving in Asphalt 8 Airborne. Just going to have to take that on ramp, go proceed. Here comes the airborne jump. Take one stop, right on top of the building, and here's another one. Touchdown and going much more well straight. But very good to see how the 918 Spider is actually did the same thing as the 2013 model from GT7. But in the Crew 2, the 2015 is going much more exactly that compares to have the same differences, is going to be much more faster to have the active wing spoiler to be pop up and gonna go low when stopping it to be well parked up to be on further notice. But on the inside to have a very good look onto the interior view. Gonna have to go through, but this one does have the same thing like GT7 as part of July 2022 update. But this one in the Crew 2 just actually to be putting up with some different changes and the same type of the interior style to be trimmed in lime green. But very good to have the 918 that also to be as a base model from the 917 Living Legend and the K itself from the 1970s, but also to be part as a 20th century race car to be part to be coming up soon in the next update in the Crew 2. But not to mention, because it might be quite very true to see how Surprises is going to get much more excellent to see how the US Speed Tour is about to set in return to be racing in the first episode on Season 8. Here comes the second lap. Gonna have to keep on driving, going clean, and go proceed as well for this part of the continuation in this part of the video clip. But I know how it is because skipping parts by interruption in about 2 or 3 seconds gives me a little bit more disturbing by having a headache that shocked me in to have a mental paralysis. Gonna have to kick up and go tap the boost. Checkpoint going clear. Alright, just going to keep a good focus, trying to keep myself under control. But it is a very good hypercar to have a hybrid all-wheel drive to see how it feels. Good speed, good acceleration, good nitro, and a vanity to be all together to have all kinds of different customization options to the 918 spotter. But in FYI, because without having an active wing spoiler in GT7, it should be set to be on wingless, because that might be quite very truthful to see how the 918 spotter can actually gonna have to go faster without having an active wing spoiler. But I just did a very good excellent tryout to see how the 918 spotter just really took a good excellent drag race ever since I've went down to do some full part of my journey. So there you go. First attempt going clear, 114,095 points. Hypercar is going check and complete after the Porsche Cayman GT4 Wasp edition is now set to be complete and needed as a follow-up catch-up. So besides having one German vehicle for this part of the Theme Summon, so let's go and have a powerboat to be at Uber Dam, will be take place and go back to be at Lake Mean in Nevada. So I hope I could probably have to grab myself and get the Froucher 1414 Demon will go again for the second time. Gonna have to be patient and sit back and choose any powerboat vehicles whenever you like to pick. Time to get back onto the 1414 Demon. Here I go. Just give me 1 second, have my eyes check. Let's race and ride into the waters.
I'm sending happy winning thoughts.
We know what to do, you guys. Drive like you mean it and set sail to be going forward and beyond. Gonna have to keep going. Just gonna have to find a line and stay at it. Almost there to have the checkpoint. Going in. Here comes the same pattern. Gonna have to do it. Going extreme. Oh yeah, baby. Let's flash it till you're gonna faster like you drop it. Sailor is now complete by daily. Gonna have to keep moving on. And we still got this to go at it to be as experts in powerboat. Just gonna have to ride around. Almost there. Finish line is just right up ahead. Smash and dodge one buoy. And there you go. Piece of cake and go over by a minute. 1 minute. 22.55 seconds is now clear. 45,000 bucks is being well earned to be added as an extra. So there, now that's a powerboat competition in flying Germans besides any German powerboat to be well used. But any kinds of other types of powerboat like American and Austrian is going to get much more excited to be well looked to see at it. But especially British, by the way, because British powerboats are very specialty popular to be well made from the United Kingdom. So let's go and take on the touring car discipline in serial jumpers in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 2015. But I'm about to show you guys something because there is also to have one Gran Turismo player who have been actually played the Crew 2 and putting up to have this very good, excellent, different kind of livery variation that is also to be based from the Gran Turismo World Series in the Manufacturers Cup. Gonna have to be ready and have this most grand unveiling moment to see how the 2015 Mercedes-AMG GT3 is gonna be as a car number entry number 1 since the GT World Series Manufacturers Cup. Better make sure to have the title will be well created by this part of the player. 5-star rating, and I hope I could probably have to try this livery variation to give it a go. Now, let's go and have a good German pride moment to be well represented for Team Mercedes ever since from the Manufacturers Cup will take a new challenge. 3 seconds to be on the grid. Here I come. Let's get it on and drive with some 3 kinds of German touring cars will be entered to be in the main jump.
Faster! Seriously, go faster!
Hang on. First place, here I come. More jumps, double times the amount. So the handling on the 2015 Mercedes-AMG GT3 is actually to becoming much more different for the 2016 in the same car before being entered to be take part in 24 hours of the Nürburgring and other kinds of motorsport event series to be well exclusive to be labeled as a GT3 regulation. This one might be quite very good to see how all kinds of different livery variation, including this one, when you participate in the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup. But this design is actually to becoming much more similar from GT7, but very well created to have this mostly awesome design to be well made in the Crew 2. But I kinda like it. Someone else might be well deserved to give a thumbs up. Hang on folks. Just gonna have to go for the recovery after smashing up with some objects. Gonna have to take a good look inside of the interior view. Here comes the jump. Alright, looks like very good close call. So this kind of the interior view for the 2015 Mercedes-AMG GT3 is much more exactly to be as an introduction to the GT3 car class ever since when the Mercedes-Benz SLS-AMG GT3 was being successful. After Mercedes-AMG is going to be putting up to have a very good use to have the AMG GTS as a 2015 model before it turns into a fully race modified vehicle for the FIA GT3 regulations. But this one is much more excellent to have a very good circuit spec vehicle to this car ever since from the first installment in the Crew. But now in the Crew 2, it is listed as a touring car disciplined. But I can't wait to see how it feels because exactly before being fully modified to be well entered to be take part in the Nürburgring 24 hours endurance race. And specialty to have all kinds of other race series like IMSA. But not to mention because other kinds of Mercedes-AMG GT3 livery variations to this car is going to be much more differences to have to do some research. But I still like the design. It might give a little bit much more similarity to the GT World Series Manufacturers Cup. But here comes the finish line. Now arriving in, jumping in towards Dallas, Texas. First place is now going clear. 3 minutes, 1.517 seconds is cleared by 108,143 points. Now that's a German competition for the AMG Mercedes GT3. 4 events check, 2 more to go. Now it's rally raid time for having a very good use to be set on no restriction for the next race. So here comes Salt Lake City, so I'm about to go for the 959 raid again ever since from the High Sierra for the escape. But during times going faster measures plus having some extreme jumps will be flying in the air. But I know this is going to get much more fine approach to have a very good starting position to aim towards the rock will make much more daring extreme stunt to see how it feels. Time for me to choose a rally raid vehicle by recommend. Time to go back and pick the 959 raid. Okay, first up, Time Attack. Second is going to be having a rallycross event in American Petrol. So I had to hurry up and quick.
Totally got this.
Just gonna have to ace that course and overcome any obstacles by any elevation we'll ride around in the mountain states. There's the jump. Yeah, fly like you mean it. Gonna have to skip by in Salt Lake City. There we go. Find the perfect route. Smash around the fence. Cross through the bridge. Then going up the hill. Checkpoint area clear. Let's move on and head on over to be at the desert. There you go. More jumps. More nitro refill. Just gonna have to keep up the pace, you guys. Keep up the pace, and then you're all good. Better have to make a shortcut. Okay, there goes the tree. Good job. Going clear. Now gonna have to go enter the ride around the rails. There's one moose passed by a second ago. Okay, let's take that jump, and here I go! Solid, fine, skilled work. Halfway there is going clear. Almost there to be at 70% in the progression. Okay, there goes another checkpoint. Coming out from the forest and enter the desert. One cross through the road. Alright, there you go. Looks like that should be doing some more elevation to do some extended work. Yahoo! Fly like a true rally raid driver. Ride around the desert and dominate this part of the event. And make a good, excellent stopping scene. Record time achieved. 2 minutes, 41.915 seconds. Looks like the fans are about to go for having a rival cheer. 7 legendary blue parts to be having a very good legendary bundle earned. Good job. So looks like it's gonna go for the combo event for only one more event to go, folks. Rally Raid will go for the Rallycross event to be at American Petrol Race to see how one Rally Raid versus 7 Rallycross vehicles. But FYI, because if anything else happened, because any kinds of the grid standings will be going well reduced into 4. So I know how it is, because we'll have to find out soon enough till we have to be participate at any time to choose any kinds of Rally Raid vehicles with German besides German. But anyway, because I should probably have to go and choose Volkswagen for today's video segment. So I'm about to drive the Volkswagen Beetle Hoodlum Racing Crew Edition. Will be at the ready in 140 per level. But I almost forgot about having one German vehicle is going to get much more fine classic since the 60s. But each part of specific vehicle will be take place to have a winter themed condition. So I hope I can probably have to give it a go and drive like you mean it.
I'll stop talking so you can start driving.
Okay, looks like Tuck and Wade are about to go at it in the top 3 position. Ride around and go position number 1 in the lead. For only 2 Rally Raid vehicles in every part of the German manufacturer brand, Porsche and Volkswagen are the only ones in the Crew 2 can actually have all kinds of different Rally Raid vehicles. Same capability, same performance, and same different style will be drive on the off-road areas, just like having a street race version to be well used on the tarmac circuit. But this one is going to be going well to see added to see how the Hoodlum Racing Crew Edition is going to be much more slaying down onto the snow team condition. There goes one jump to be clear. Coming in towards at the end of the first lap. Drop. Okay, checkpoint clear. Still got this for having a very good classic bug. Let's go fully loaded and go back on top of the hill. Very good Rally Raid drift. Stay at it and go clean racing on the dirt. Come on, just going to kick it up and keep a good hold of the traction. You'll have to take a few more percentage to go remaining in the progression. One more ski jump remaining. And here it comes. Right at the good touchdown. Finish line going clear. And it's a wonderful moment. Mud everywhere and fantastic. Wow. I cannot believe it. This is going to get fairly paid off to have a very good first attempt cleared, to have 119,353 points in 2 minutes 19.289 seconds after clearing one combo event in American Petrol Race to face with Rally Raid vehicles. 3 days left until Flying Germans is about to be finished soon, as we're about to go enter, but having Under the Radar will be coming up for the next live summit event. But earlier at the time, because that should be quite very good to see how 4 rewards will be coming in as usual, to have 7 loot parts in the legendary bundle and the live reward snipper for the rallycross discipline. But we already got the Catch Me Underglow, as a common vanity is doing much more collectible to have some more crew credits. So here is the preview for the next event in Under the Radar, as we have 3 required vehicles will go for having Enforcer units in the Cadillac Escalade, and 2 returning vehicles in the Chevy Camaro C28 and Ram 1500 Rebel TRX concept is now being joined in to be coming back as well. So looks like this is going to get much more excited to have event number 5 in Blizzard Rush will be at the Black Hill Secret to get this different kind of the rooftop as a reward. But not to mention, because one street race and another combo event for the Rally Raid discipline after we've been participate in Flying Germans. But that's not all, because Solemn is now going to be listed by 2 and Aerobatics will go again for another round. So what do you guys really think about participate for having a second rerun in Flying Germans? Give your questions, comments, thoughts, and talk about all kinds of different vehicles to be participate in 6 events and 3 skills by the escape. So I hope this is going to have to do some more events coming soon, because February 22nd through March 1st is Beyond Space, as I'm about to be coming up to have a no commentary moment, as we're about to go entered in Blizzard Rush Best of, and then Road Samurai is about to be scheduled by coming soon. Alright folks, time to wrap this up before at the end of the video. Only one event to be as a follow-up catch-up by using the Porsche Cayman GT4 Wasp Edition is going to get much more faster to be needed without any parts, and vanity when racing in Harlem East will go drive as a normal event. But especially that we already got the same car to have a very good temporary vehicle, to have this very good use to be adding up to have some extra earnings. But we'll make sure that this part of the event is going to get much more closer in about 3 days left until we're about to go moving on in Under the Radar. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Deviant Art, Twitter, Instagram, GT Planet, and more for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.